All right, this section is really about just plugging numbers in and following PEMDAS. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division left to right, and then addition, subtraction left to right. And please keep in mind, multiplication and division is always left to right, and addition and subtraction is always left to right. And finally, a fraction bar actually comes after any addition and subtraction. So while fraction bar does represent division, the fraction bar is the last thing we apply. So in number 1, we plug 4 in for S, 3 in for R, and -2 in for T. And if you notice, every time we plug a number in for a variable, always plug it in parentheses. Now, when parentheses mean multiplication, and there's nothing else to do in the parentheses. So if you notice that first one, there's nothing to do in the parentheses other than the 4 there. There's nothing in the parentheses but the 3. There's nothing in the parentheses but the -2. It kind of becomes a multiplication sign. You don't have to worry so much about doing that first. It's the second problem where you have to do the T minus S first. That's where the parentheses coming first really matter. So in this next problem, the common mistake is people want to do 4 times 3 first. We can't do that. We have to do the exponent first. So 4 squared is 16 times 3 minus a -2. Then we multiply. 16 times 3 is 48. And then we subtract the -2, which becomes +2, and that makes it 50. Our second one, we have -2 minus 4 in the parentheses, and then 3 squared outside of it. Here, we have to do what's in the parentheses first, so -2 minus 4 is -6. But then I need to do the 3 squared. That's 9, and then -6 times 9 is -54. Remember, when numbers are next to each other as parentheses, it's really a multiplication sign more than a parenthesis. Number 3, we're going to do the top first, 2 times 3 times 4, which is 24. And then we divide by the -2. Once again, the fraction bar is the last thing we apply. In number 4, it's 4 minus 3. We do that subtraction first, then we apply the exponent. So in this case, parentheses come first, then we apply that exponent of 1 squared, which is now 1, and then on the bottom it's multiplication. 4 times -2 is a -8, and we're left with -1/8, and yes, you can get a fraction. And number 5, we plug the 3 in for R. We plug the 4 in for S, and we go from there. So 2 times 3 squared minus 3 times 3 plus 10 over 4 squared plus 4 times 4 minus 6. Very important. The common mistake here is people want to do 2 times 3 and square it. Order of operations, you do the exponent first. So it's 3 squared is 9, and then 9 times 2 is 18. -3 times 3 is -9 plus 10, and then on the bottom, 4 squared is 16, 4 times 4, which is 16, minus 6. And when you kind of clean it all up, 18 minus 9 plus 10 is 19, and 16 plus 16 minus 6 is 26, and my answer is 19 over 26.